ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। Namaskar. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In response to my previous video in the YouTube, where I talked about astrological analysis, especially covering coronavirus, I got quite a few messages, quite a few phone calls. To those phone calls, in response to those phone calls, I just wanted to give a small update for this month of April. I will try my best to be more precise and avoiding astrological jargon as much as I can. Firstly, in the month of April, to my understanding, I believe is going to be full of confusion. Start popping out with very little clarity what is happening around or where are we heading to. That doesn't mean you should become depressed. It means that you must do more of spiritual sadhana to clarify your mind, remove the fog of depression, the fog of uncertainty. Anything which disturbs you, remove that. It can only happen if you really work for yourself. And this is the time I say, I call upon you that all of you, must do one or the other spiritual sadhana to come out of this pandemic. Though if you are a medical practitioner, obviously you will be serving the masses, and that's the best thing you are doing, and my hats off to you. Astrologically, I believe month of April going to be a little bit of confusing month. We don't know what's coming ahead. As we come closer to 4th or 5th of April, I always do a couple of days because at this moment I'm sitting in New Zealand, in Auckland, and you may be living in India or somewhere else, you may be in America, so there will be some time difference. Around this time, I believe that Jupiter and Pluto get together, they shake hand, and that can cause a bit of challenges. Firstly, I said that in my last video as well, that around this time, 4th or 5th of April, all the government authorities, the higher authorities of the world, will get united, the whole united. They wish to discuss something, they want to hold a meeting together, maybe in Skype, maybe on online or the technological method, but they will be holding some meeting together, and the agenda for that will be how do we solve such issues globally. That's the most important thing. How do we solve such issues globally? They will discuss new ways of solving such problems and helping each other. And I believe this particular combination, which is coming up on around 4th or 5th of April, takes the leadership in his hand. Or he is asked to do this. Or he is requested to lead the world with some sort of planning, playing the leadership role, and helping the world at large. And a lot of financial institutes will have big challenges. The agenda of the discussion will be financial planning, financial budgeting for not for only 1 year, for many years to come. Also, I believe during this period, around 4th or 5th of April, as I said, there quite big a possibility some exposure of a hypocrite or some leader or some so-called, I use the word so-called prophet, or maybe a saintly person, or maybe somebody hiding behind the robes of the religion, preaching morality, preaching ethics, but not following himself at all, him or herself, whoever. There's going to be some exposure. Coming back to the agenda will be to discuss the immigration issues. Agenda will be to discuss when people are running from one place to another place for jobs, for better living, but that may be causing some issues to the country. Agenda will be on ethics, morality, and I used the word in my last video, abortions. Way to draw the line for the freedom. The definition of morality, definition of ethics change from society to society from time to time. The agenda will also include how to bail out the countries who are in deep recession due to the coronavirus. Maybe they talk about helping Europe, Italy, Spain, Germany, or maybe any other country. How to bail them out. And I'm afraid to say, here is some combination coming up about terrorism as well. Terrorism is the key word that may be used in the agenda. This meeting, the global event, is to rebuild a new social structure. To rebuild new social structure. That we're talking about the government level, high authority level. What about common people can do? As I said, this is a combination of Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn. If you know, in our solar system, Pluto is far away. It is the outer planet. It is the outer planet. And Jupiter stands for wisdom. I was just thinking, please correct me if I'm wrong. In our day to day life, we seem to look for wisdom outside. I strongly believe the entire knowledge, the entire knowledge is within the person, within ourselves, is had to be brought out. You are born with the knowledge. The inherent knowledge is enough for this lifetime to go ahead, provided we listen to the inner voice. Maybe I'm trying to say this is the time we need to look inwards, inside, look within, do more meditations, more silent sitting, sit down silently for a few minutes a day. Body may be silent, but the mind may not be. The more you do meditation, the more you do silent sitting, the more you go within, the more peaceful you will become. You will be able to listen to the inner voice more loudly. If our focus goes from outside to inside, you should be able to listen to yourself more clearly. This combination also talks about financial stability. This month, I am repeating from 5th of April onwards, or maybe 4th of April onwards. You have to be very careful with your finances. You must learn how to manage and protect your money, how to hold the money for the rainy day. There's a saying, always have something for the rainy day. In my last video, I talked about the planet called Rahu entering the Gemini sign last year and then entered the Adha Nakshatra in September 2019. I think it entered this Gemini sign on March or sometime last year, and then into Adha Nakshatra in September 2019 till end of April or end of May. Gemini is the sign for communication. Gemini is the sign for media. So in the month of April, I expect lot of confusion being created by the media as well. You really have to know what to hear, what not to hear, what to trust, what not to trust. Unfortunately, the combination will put many countries into huge debt, trillions of dollars, believe me. Around 7th of April, approximately give a fortnight, the planet Mercury goes into the sign Pisces. We call this is fall, this is debilitated, is go to the weakest spot, and Jupiter will be also in Capricorn in the point of debilitation. This period, this fortnight, from 7th of April onwards, 21st April or maybe 24th or 25th April, a little bit up and down. Don't touch your computers without running the virus applications. You must do the virus check in your computers. This is the time when I expect communication failures will be at the peak. Doesn't matter you're sitting at home talking on your mobile phones, doesn't matter you're using computers for your work, or you're talking to your sibling, parents, friends, bosses. There has to be some communication problems. So therefore, we must adopt one golden rule, at least for these 2 weeks. Always speak softly and lovingly. Doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter what the other person says. Always speak softly and lovingly. If you are speaking softly and lovingly, other person will have no reason to shout at you. This is the time when wrong communication can confuse further people. Lot of false rumors will fill the sky. And I said media can play a very active part in this. Maybe it creates more mental worries, mental issues. Therefore, I suggested, as it is before, start going within. This is the time to go within, explore your inner self. You know what? We are saying that you become more spiritual orientated for the time being. What is spirituality? How do we define spirituality? Spirituality doesn't mean that you read religious books. Doesn't mean you sit at the altar at your home and pray to God. God, come on, help me. Spirituality means much more than this. Spirituality is having courage and determination. Please listen to my words very, very carefully. Spirituality is having courage and determination to listen to the inner voice at all times and walking on it. You need courage to walk the talk. You need courage to listen to the inner voice and then walk on it. I'm not talking about the voice of the mind, which is full of desires. I'm talking about the voice of the inner self, that is the voice of the Atma, the soul, the inner consciousness. If one person is stealing something, he need not be told you're doing the wrong deed. He may look here and there, nobody watching me, and he still does the wrong thing. That doesn't mean nobody watching him. He himself was watching himself. His inner self was watching him that he was doing the wrong thing. So therefore, spirituality is having courage and determination to listen to the inner voice and walking on it at all times. Slowly, the purity of thoughts will start coming in. Slowly, lot of love will start radiating through us. Anybody who will come in the radius, in the orbit of you, will straight away feel lot of harmony, lot of love, lot of soothness. And that's the best thing we can do in the world, to give lot of love to people. Because this month of April really demands that we should go within. Somebody asked me a question. Before I go into that, yes, somebody asked me a question regarding praying. How do we pray? As per your faith. If you have trust in Buddha, please go ahead, pray to Buddha. If you have trust in Jesus, pray to Jesus. If you have trust in Allah, pray to Allah. If you have trust in Rama, Krishna, please do that. This is the time when all faith need to be united, working toward the one goal, that is the safety of each and every human being on earth. And it cannot happen unless we change ourselves. What is the cause of the pandemic? The video is not meant to talk about the spiritual aspect of the pandemic, but in short, what is the cause of the pandemic? Somebody said is the outbreak was not controlled properly. Somebody said it's the leakage of some scientific experiment. Somebody said it is the Mother Nature got very angry. Many reasons coming up. What I understand is this is due to the decline of the human values. There was a time when people used to take care of your parents, even grandparents, love them, serve them, serve in the neighbors, serve in the society, serve in the city, serve in the country, serve in the world as a whole. Vedanta says, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the entire world is one family, and we need to look after each other. Decline of the human values Satya Dharma, Shanti Prema Ahimsa. Satya is truth, Dharma is right conduct, Shanti is peace, Prema is love, Ahimsa is non-violence. It's decline of the human values which have brought us to this point today that we all are struggling. Basically, we all looking forward, when do we get out of the house? That was the question asked to me. Now, if you are a medical practitioner, you may help the government, you may help the masses. If your authorities endorse and allow you to do so, you can serve the mankind. Even you are not a medical practitioner, if your authorities allow you to go and do something, help the masses, why not? But you must follow the rules, must follow the laws of the land. Somebody asked me a question, when do you see that we will be allowed to move out of the house, when government will remove the restrictions from the people? I believe from 14th to 16th, 14th to 26th of April, the range 14th to 26th of April, government will start easing lockdown restriction. Virus-wise, problem will still be there. That will improve slowly. Around that time, you will see people will start having faith in their leadership. More cases of virus will still erupt. It may even get worse at that time. More cases will be there worldwide. Some medicine, some treatment may be developed. Maybe treatment plan, maybe new medicine. There will be or should be or may be developed for coronavirus around this time. But that will also have some restrictions in that. May not be fully workable as we want. One thing is for sure, around that time the government and authority will start making bold decisions, taking bold decisions and better decisions. Clarity of mind will start coming in. They gain further strength from 26th of April and possibly till mid-May 2020. Somewhere between April and May, possibly from early April to mid-May, a great leader will emerge. He will start leading the world. And from there on, the confidence level of all the authorities, government around the world will rise. There is somebody who is leading. There's somebody who is helping them, giving the right directions, giving them confidence, giving them the faith. More support and power will be provided to medical practitioners from there on. And somewhere mid-May, possibly, coronavirus can be at the peak. Somewhere between 8th and 18th of April, I think I did mention that in the astrological highlight which I sent out, or it must be on my website, www.ravindergrover.com. Around 8th or 18th, around somewhere around that, 8th April or 18th April, let me see my computer, what do I find there on 8th of April? The date is ringing in my ears. 8th and 18th April. 8th and 16th April, not 18th, 8th and 16th, 8th to 16th, there's 1 week of time. There will be a sort of a global event. Some global event is going to take place around 8th to 16th of April. Lot of new announcements will be made. Mass tragedies, mass tragedies, and this entire episode of coronavirus would have serious effect. The coronavirus will have serious effect on the government, on the structure of the government, and mind you, on the economy, as you know. Around end of April, 21st to 26th of April 2020, as I said, mass tragedies, a lot of people get further sick, and the whole economy of the world is going to shake. 22nd of April, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, because the date changes as per the latitude you're living in, latitude and longitude. But around that time, 21st to 23rd, let me make the chart of that day. Right. Around 22nd of April, terror-like incident may take place. It could be some explosion, could be some firing, some incident. To me, it looked like terror-like. Somewhere close to India or in India. I haven't made the chart of every country to see this, but it seems to be somewhere in Southeast Asia. Terror-like incident may take place. I request, if anybody listening to me, especially in Southeast Asia, especially in motherland, India, I request to take my calculation bit seriously. From that day onward, as I said, 22nd April, for the period of approximately 6 to 7 months, April to November or December, is going to be a very challenging time for India. I also said in my last video, around 4th to 5th April, deeper insight to the disease would come. I mentioned few dates. I like to talk about those dates again. 4th to 5th April, 27th June to 1st of July, 12th November to 3rd of February, that's a bit long period, 12th November and 21st December. Let's say 5th of April, 4th to 5th of April, around 27th of June to 1st of July, 12th of November, 21st of December. During this date, deeper insight or understanding to the disease would come in every subsequent date, progressively leading towards some possible solution. Important, significant event may take place around these dates, possibly leading towards some solution or treatment plan to give some relief, as I talked about. Isolation will still continue. Some solution for the virus may come, but may not be a complete solution. Number of cases and the number of deaths in the world will increase and rise. Fluctuation between inflation and deflation will be there, and people are advised to control their finances. Here I see the call for divine intervention. The whole world will turn spirituality for divine intervention through holy book, through Vedantic scripture, through sages, through saints. Spiritual activity would increase manifold worldwide, and the level of confidence will be tested again and again. and meditation schools will get more busier. Government will help poor people, help workers, and others around the globe. But confidence will be tested, as I said. Some exposure to the false guru or leader would come up. Media will cause confusion. Economic setback and difficulty will continue for some time. Rebuilding of new social structure begins here. Redrafting of laws and policies will take place. Dramatic transformation, change in political sphere, either stunning success or extreme downfall. One thing may happen. Around this time, I also expect some scientific discovery to do with micro and macro level, to microscopic level and telescopic level. Either you go to the minute things through the microscope going deeper, or you're going with a telescope going across the globe, up in the sky, beyond many planets. So this is the month of April. What happened? The sun get into exaltation around 14th of April. Sun changes the sign. Let me again come into the card. 14th of April 2020. Yes, sun in exaltation, and that still has the aspect of Saturn for quite some time. That is a constellation called Ashwini, and Ashwini Kumar are the doctors for the gods. So around 14th April forward, as I said, some sort of treatment plan or medicine may pop up, may come up. Virologists or the scientists will develop something, but this may not be the complete solution for that. So overall, we're talking about the month of April. You need to remain calm, keep your cool, don't worry too much, do your best through meditation, through spiritual practice, through chanting the mantras. If you know, the Gayatri mantra is one of the best mantras. But if you are familiar with any other mantra which helps you as per your chosen faith, please do so. Best thing will be read good books, spiritual orientated books. Talk to your friends, talk to those people who can uplift you spiritually, who can give you more positiveness. Want to watch Netflix? Do so. Watch good program, uplifting program. Want to watch video TV? Watch it, but spiritual orientated, inspiring videos. Positiveness of the mind can do wonders. Only self effort is required. Prayer and meditation is the key for this month. Listen to the Rudram, listen to the mantra, listen to the glory of God, listen to the divine songs. I'm sure you know more than me what to do. All I'm saying, as I was asked to talk about the month of April in a nutshell, the more you meditate, the more you go within, more clarity will come. The more you think and throw the beam of light on the entire world, this is called light meditation. Keep a candle in front of you, sit down calmly, switch off the light, do at night basically. Look at the flame of the candle, slowly close your eyes, look at the tip of the nose, and slowly close your eyes. When you look at the tip of the nose, your focus slowly come middle of the forehead over here. This is known as the Anjana chakra or the Christ center, and absorb the light Drop the light from here to the heart. Drop the light, move the light basically to all your limbs, in the shoulders, in the hands, in arms, your stomach, your digestive system, your whole body, your legs and feet. Let you be totally absorbed in the light. Then throw the beam of light onto your family members. Throw the beam of light onto your friends. Throw the beam of light onto your neighbors. Throw the beam of light onto the city or the country you live in. Throw the beam of light on the entire globe and the entire universe. If you practice this light meditation few minutes a day, you will feel you are the light, light is in you. I am the light and light is in me. You become one with the light, one with the energy, one with the consciousness, one with the love. And that will heal the world very fast. Think about the medical practitioner, think about the nurses, think about the doctors. They are working 24 hours a day, around the clock to help thousands of people who are suffering, millions of people now who are suffering. They need energy. They need your support. They need love from you. You can't go physically to them, but mentally you can throw the beam of life, the love onto them, the energy onto them. You can pray to God to give lot of strength to all the doctors, all the nurses, all the medical practitioners, all the people who are helping them throughout. They need your love. They are, in fact, at this moment, they are doing the role of the God. They are God for us. They are saving the lives. By getting tense, getting worried, nothing going to work. Therefore, do your bit. I hope you like this video. If you do, I will appreciate if you can go to the website, my YouTube channel, write your comments. If you have any further questions, please, you're most welcome to write to me, www.ravindergrover.com, or you can search my name, Ravinder Grover, in the YouTube channel, you'll find it. Stay happy, be happy in all conditions, all circumstances. Lift up your inner morale. Keep smiling and stay safe and stay indoors as long the restrictions are on. Yes, Sai Ram.